Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for the 23rd edition of the World Sustainable Development Summit, India's premier platform for deliberating the discourse around sustainability and climate change. My name is Trinayana Kaushik, and I am a research associate at TERI and will be emceeing today's proceedings. Before we commence today's function, a brief safety announcement during the event here at Stein Auditorium. TERI is a health, safety, and environment certified organization. In case of any untoward incident like fire, evacuation is required. You are required to exit from this auditorium through the fire exit gate nearest to you without any panic. There are 7 exit gates for this auditorium, 4 in the ground floor, on the right, left, and at 2 main entrances. There is 1 exit in the stage and 2 exits in the balcony, which are also entrances to the balcony. In case of fire, fire marshals will take position in the aisles and exit gates to help you evacuate. Today, we have some fantastic speakers for this session called Invocation, Climate Action, Peace and Spirituality. It is truly a special session as we have with us BK Sister Shivani, who is a practitioner and teacher of Rajyog Meditation and will help us through a guided meditation for healing the self and the planet. I request our Director General, Dr. Vibha Dhawan, whom I would now like to invite her to give her welcome remarks and also to welcome and introduce Dr. BK Sister Shivani. I request DG ma'am and Sister Shivani to come up on the stage and take their seats.
So very good morning to all of you, and it's my delight to welcome you to the 23rd session of the World Sustainable Development Summit, which is a flagship event of TERI. We started talking about sustainability, I'll say, long before the world became a fashionable world, and we also thought it is very important for us to have different stakeholders discussing about the issues related to sustainability. It is not something that we expect governments to do. It is not something that research institutions should be doing. It is perhaps something which needs to be practiced by each one of us. One of the issues also remains that how sensitive each one of us is. Should we be talking amongst ourselves, or we need to have wider audience? And that's how this particular forum has evolved over years. We started our journey as Delhi Sustainable Development Summit, and thereafter we thought, and even from the first edition, we had international participants as well, and we thought that it is not Delhi, it is not India, it is not South Asia, it is world as a whole that we have to take care of. This year's summit theme is Leadership for Sustainable Development and Climate Justice, that allows us to have a deeper understanding of global interconnectedness while reflecting on the widespread impacts of polycrisis and the urgency of developing an aware, conscious leadership to formulate pathways to sustainability. It allows us to draw compassionate insights into the needs of the most vulnerables who are witness to bear the maximum brunt of climate change. We are yet to realize the sacredness of our relationship with nature, comprising of not just the physical resources surrounding us, but also the collective human consciousness. The vibrations of energy humankind reflects in the form of its intentions, thoughts, emotions, choices, culture, and models has had a ripple effect that has come back to us as this climate crisis. And that's what I was very fortunate to discuss today morning with Sister Shivani, that it is, first of all, what is over here. And that is what is going to impact how we behave and ultimately how the society as a whole and ultimately the world behaves, and the ripple effect on what you give perhaps will come back to you as well. We need to pause, analyze, reflect, and heal together. Healing collectively will allow us to heal in sync with the planet and thereby curb climate impacts. It is time we take a step towards a gratitude and awareness-filled living supported by conscious, compassionate, and economical lifestyle choices which shall lay the foundation stone for sustainable and harmonious global living. Embracing and promoting traditional indigenous knowledge and practices perhaps will help us adapt to climate changes better. We need to look back. Perhaps many of you are very young, but those who are in my age group, we have to look back and see how our parents and grandparents, and even your own childhood, wasn't it far more sustainable than what you are giving to your children? And that is what I think we have to look back and learn from those practices. I believe that this invocation session will set the theme for this summit and perhaps will change the way we live and help us to advance collectively, collaborative and actionable, and find actionable climate solutions. And I have the highest pleasure to introduce you to the very inspiring personality, Brahma Kumari Sister Shivani ji. I'm sure it's not she needs no introduction. And all of us, we do whenever, especially when we are stressed, we want to listen to her on YouTube or on the television, and we get internal peace. So we are very fortunate to have you with us, Sister Shivani. And she has been a Rajyog Meditation Practitioner in association with the Brahma Kumaris for over 25 years. And we welcome Sister Shivani to the summit and thank her for gracing this summit with her presence. It is 50th year of TERI, and we have come a long journey, and we are also, in a way, looking into what we have done right and what we could have done better. And that's defining our future path. And I'm sure with your presence and what we are going to learn from you, we'll be more sensible in defining our future path. So thank you once again. And this session, I'll hand it over to Sister Shivani. And first, I presume she'll give us an address followed by the meditation session. So over to you, Sister.
Om Shanti. Greetings of peace. If it's possible, we'll not project the video on the screen. In the next 3 days, I'm sure each one of you is going to talk about what we're going to do for the planet. And often our vocabulary is a lot about the doing. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And that's what's a very important part of our life. But sometimes, focusing so much on the doing, we forget to look at the being. How am I going to be while I'm doing what I'm doing? So all of us have a to-do calendar, right from 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? When we meet each other, we say, what are you doing? It's all about doing. We are human beings who are looking for our peace and happiness in the doing. And the more we are looking for it in the doing, the more we seem to be moving away from it. And so, like Vibhaji was sharing, that our parents and grandparents and even we when children were leading a different lifestyle. And in that lifestyle, we did not have the word stress. How many of you were there when there was word stress was only in physics, not in emotions? Yeah, it was only physics. And for us, probably our vocabulary just used the word tension. That day, maybe just one day before the exam and one day before the result, and that's all. The remaining 363 days were normal. And then we shifted from that little word tension to stress. And today's children are not even using the word stress. It's old and boring. Their new cool word is I'm depressed. And this is not the definition of success. Working so hard, not seeming to have time for ourselves, wanting to achieve more and more, and give it the best to our children who are saying, I'm depressed, and who are now not just talking about depressed as a mood, but depression as an illness. So we need to reflect. Somewhere, something has not gone the right way. Otherwise, a lot of efforts, results should have been a happy planet. And a happy planet would have been a healthy planet. But a stressed, depressed planet cannot create a happy environment, a healthy environment. Last month, I read a study which said that the Gen Z population, which is age group of 11 to 26, 42% globally are experiencing a mental health issue sometime or the other in their life. It could be depression, it is anxiety, post-COVID, a lot of anxiety disorder, panic attack, attention deficit disorder. So we need to see, we are talking of extreme stress, we are talking of mental health issue, and we want all of them to take care of the planet. It's like you're telling me that seat is breaking down, but I am falling down. You really think I'll be able to take care of that seat? I don't even have the courage to pick myself up right now. So spiritually, there is a law. It's been in the culture of Bharat for thousands of years. It's called Sankalpse Srishti, which means our thoughts create our world. So we have to go to the seed. We're looking at the tree. But the tree will be healthy only if the seed is taken care of. So my every thought, my intention, my emotion, it's an energy that I create. And this thought is creating my world. And my world means first it's creating my emotional health. That is affecting my mental health. My every thought is radiating to every cell of my body. It's creating my physical health. Again, go back to when we were children. How much of cancer did we hear about? If we heard the word cancer, it was like rare. Oh, and it was such a big thing. You know what? So-and-so got cancer. Now we talk like, they have cancer. Acha, it's normal nowadays. And we're not talking history. We're talking, so we are the last generation who's seen that and has seen this. So we increased depression. Our thoughts radiated to our body. We're talking diabetes, normal, cancer, normal, cardiac issue, normal. Our every thought radiates to the other person, creates our relationships. To again go back to childhood, what was the percentage of divorce? It was so rare that it was a stigma and people were not even telling each other. It was like, batana nahi. And today, what am I getting in this relationship? Nothing. So why should I live with this person? Because we are in that relationship to get. So you see where we've shifted? We are not on the side of giving. We are like, what am I getting? If I'm not getting, why should I be with this person? The other day I was telling someone, think about your children. Now you have children. So she looks at me so sweetly and says, so you are trying to tell me that for these children I should... not take care of myself? It's my life. These little two very sweet girls, and she's looking at me, she said, it's my life. So with this kind of psychology, where people are not taking care of their body, where they are not putting their children as priority, how are they going to have the strength to put the planet as priority? How is it going to be possible? So then, my thoughts and intentions, they're creating my emotional health, my mental health, my physical health, my social health, my relationships, and vibrating into the environment, creating the environmental health. So if I want to take care of the environmental health, it's incomplete. All the efforts are very important, but it's incomplete till I start taking care of my emotional health. So are we ready to take care of that? It's simple. It's very simple to do that. How many would like to contribute taking care of emotional health? Very simple. Can I request you to put both your hands out here just for 30 seconds? I'll just say out a few emotions. The ones you believe are normal, you put them on the right hand. The ones you feel are uncomfortable, you put them on the left hand. And we'll just raise our hand a little bit when we know which one is normal, which one is not. Normal is right hand, uncomfortable is left hand. Stress. We'll have to go a little faster. Stress. Happiness. Anger. Irritation. I'm not going to go left, right, so don't do this. You'll have to listen to it. Irritation, left or right? Left? Anybody's putting it on the right? Normal irritation? No, left. Peace and stability. Comparison. Self-respect. Love. Attachment. Which one is that? Attachment is right. Love is also right. Both are the same. Both are the same. They're two different words. Check. Love, divinity, selfless, giving, attachment, hurt, rejection, feeling let down. How will I live without you? Love is what is good for you. Opposite energy. Opposite energy. Ego, humility, jealousy, blessing people when they do well. So now for a healthy planet, we only need to start creating the right hand emotions and dump the left hand ones. The waste is there. It's there. But we've created a world where we've started calling the left hand ones normal. We say stress is normal, anger is normal, worry is normal. COVID came, we said fear is normal. So the basic definition of what is normal here has changed, and that's why everything outside normal will change. Is it possible to live a life without anger and stress? We want to create a healthy planet? What we're creating here is impacting the world in two ways, the planet. One, because I create a lot of the left-hand emotions, my inner power starts depleting. But innately I want happiness. But because I'm not experiencing it here, I'm not creating it here, I try to see it outside, in what I buy, in what I achieve. I want more and more. And so today the world is consuming so much. They're consuming not because they need, they're consuming because they're bored. They're consuming because they go out to buy happiness. I'm bored of wearing the same dress, so I need to buy a new dress. I'm bored of using the same shoes, so now I need to buy new shoes. So I'm buying not because I need. I'm buying because I want to be happy. And I'm buying because I want other people to see what I've bought and to respect me for what I have bought, not for who I am. So if we start creating happiness here, our buying will go. Today, cupboards are smaller, clothes are more. Now I'm bored of wearing this without thinking of how much has gone in making that one dress that I'm wearing. And also another reason, we've earned so much in the last few years, so even if somebody says, but you don't need, you already have, so what's your problem? I work so hard, I afford. So the next time I go to the mall and I look at something, I check the price tag, I'm not going to check whether I can afford it. I can afford it. But I need to look at the price tag and then I need to ask myself, can the planet afford it? And the answer is no, so drop the idea of buying it. But so when I start creating happiness here, simplicity in lifestyle will be a natural thing. It's not something that we will have to struggle to do. It will be natural because then I will buy only what I need because I'm not getting bored. I'm not buying for happiness. I am not living through this feeling saying, whoa, people will say you're wearing the same dress again today, again the same dress to the party. So just for what people believe about me, I'm not going to go and buy more because I'm happy and contented with myself. This will start happening naturally when I start taking here. So my emotional health is impacting the planet in two ways. One, because I'm not happy, I'm consuming so much. I consume because I'm bored. I consume to impress. And very soon, everyone is consuming to impress. That's a never-ending race. It's never going to end. And second reason why my emotional health is impacting the environment, because my every vibration. I could be hurt here inside. She said something to me, I'm creating hurt. And I thought nobody knows, it's only inside. But my every thought is energy, it's vibration, it's radiating into the environment. It's affecting the air, the water, the plants, the animals, everything. How many of you believe that our emotions affect plants? Anybody ever experimented with it? Seen it? Seen it? Two plants, same windowsill or same balcony, same sunshine, same water, but watered with a different emotion. One plant you water with lot of love, and one plant with so much to do, now to have to water this also. Ye bhi mera hi kaam hai, and then I water. Water both. Both get everything equally in terms of the outer world, but the vibration will change how that plant grows. At the Brahma Kumaris, we have a project called Yogic Agriculture, where we go and meditate in the farms. Every morning, every evening, 30 minutes. Right from the beginning, meditate with the seed, meditate with the water, and then meditate as that plant is growing. It's a miracle to see what's happening. But actually, it's not a miracle. It's just using the power of the mind. Do you believe our vibrations affect water? Water? Yes. Experiment with it to see how it happens. India is a culture where water was prayed with. You take water like that, say your prayer, then sprinkle it on the food, energize your food, sprinkle it in the house, energize your house, sprinkle it on people and energize people. Why? Because the water has absorbed those high energy words. What about all the low energy thoughts and words I'm creating throughout the day? Isn't the water absorbing that? So that's the reason how I have my emotional vibrations have affected the vibration of nature. So nature outside is impacted with my inner nature. Simple one equation today. Let's stop living a life with saying, I'm feeling like this because they didn't do their work well, because they did not do what I asked them to do, because they did not behave well, because the work is too much, that's why I'm stressed. That's a life of emotional dependency. Emotional independence, Atmanirbhar, self-reliant Bharat. Atmanirbhar, self-reliant means I am the creator of my emotions. Who's creating our thoughts and emotions? Who's creating our thoughts and emotions? And if I ask you last week when you got angry, who was the cause of your anger? Who was the cause of your anger? So we say, I'm angry because of, I'm upset because of, I'm irritated because of, I'm happy because of. So this is saying everything that I'm creating here is because of here. The truth is everything that I'm creating here is because of I. People can cheat me, people can betray me, people can lie to me, people can even hit me physically, but they cannot enter here and hurt me. This is the only place where I have total control. But I live my life saying they hurt me, they insulted me, they humiliated me. And the more I'm living this vocabulary, I'm not taking care of myself. I'm allowing myself to react through the left-hand emotions. Through the left-hand emotions. And the minute I realize they're doing what they're doing, but what I'm creating here is my response, my choice, and my response is affecting my emotional health, mental health, physical health, relationships, and the environment, it will not take less than 2 seconds to choose the right emotion which is going to come from the right hand. Is it possible to get work done without using anger? This can't be just a 3 days conference. No, we will have to take some decisions that what are we going to do to take care of the planet. Yes, can we get work done without using anger? Yes, and when I do that without using anger, tell yourself, I'm energizing the environment with my power of peace. The water is getting healthier, the plants are getting healthier, the air is getting healthier. Delhi air is not just about environmental pollution, it's about emotional vibration pollution that's there in the air, and we are breathing it. We are breathing all the stress and the fear and the anxiety of people. So one decision today for this conference. Let's make our homes and our workplaces a no anger zone. Whether it's a school, whether it's a college, whether it's an organization, whether it's my home, along with being a no smoking zone, along with being a no plastic zone, let me make it a no anger zone. How many are ready to do that? So that's done. So we're saying that is my contribution towards the planet. Yes? It just means I'm going to say what I have to say. I'm going to give the direction that I have to give. But I'm going to give it with respect and dignity, without losing control over myself and without disrespecting the other individual and without polluting the environment. And without depleting my happiness and that person's happiness, so that both of us again don't go to the market to buy happiness. Because we are happy, so we don't go to buy. We just go when we need. That's the basic thing we need to create, to stop buying, to stop consuming, to stop looking for it outside. So one is no anger. Second is, if you want to radiate pure air into the environment, forgive. Declutter here. There's a lot that we are holding on here, right from childhood. So and so did this, my teacher said this that day, my parents said this, I cannot forgive, I cannot forget. It's so much garbage here. And then throughout the day we're looking at the weaknesses and the negativities of other people and putting it here. But they are like this, but they do this, they do this. So 3 things as far as emotional health is concerned. No anger zone, where we are living and working. And second, take a few moments tonight before you go to sleep. Just sit with yourself and say, they did what they did. I created my hurt. Past is past, it's over. I release, I let go, I forgive. Just say it for a week, 10 days, and all that garbage that was here will go. Clutter out. I clean myself and I clean what I'm radiating there. I raise my happiness index. I radiate forgiveness to that person. I even strengthen and heal them. And third, very, very important thing, live your life with that priority. I have to keep this clean. I have to keep this clean. That is priority. And the easiest way is living with people, working with people. We will see things which are not perfect in them, but we will not keep any uncomfortable habit of theirs here. How can they do this? Why can they do this? Why should they not do this? They could have. Give the advice, but don't keep a negative habit of another person on your mind. Because in one day we would meet on an average 10 to 50 people. And if 50 people have even one weakness, and if I keep one weakness of 50 people on my mind, so by the end of the day, what is over here? So it's like my dress, it's white in color. I begin the day with a white dress. I need to keep it white till the end of the day. That's the way to live life. Begin with white, live the day taking care of that white. So taking care while I live, and in case there is a stain, pause and clean immediately. That's going to increase inner power. That's going to build up emotional health. And only when all of us start building up emotional health, we will have the strength to even say, I care for the planet. Lack of self-care. 2017, the World Medical Association changed the doctor's oath. The doctor's oath earlier was all about taking care of patients. They changed it and they said, first take care of yourself, because lack of self-care leads to compassion fatigue. Lack of self-care leads to compassion fatigue, even though compassion is an integral part of their profession. They cannot create compassion unless they are happy and healthy here. We need to create compassion for the planet. It's not possible. So can we do these 3 experiments? No anger. Second one, forgive, declutter and raise your happiness quotient. And just third, throughout the day, you can see something which is not right, but don't absorb it here and keep it there. Give them a blessing from here. You are a powerful soul and everything that you do is going to be perfect. Give them a blessing and then give the advice. Don't consume. And when it comes in the doing, let's create simple lifestyle changes. One, of course, is a pledge that we all need to take, because we cannot be saying we take care of the planet and not pledging any lifestyle change. So a simple lifestyle change is shifting to a plant-based diet. Shifting to a plant-based diet. Experiment with it for 3 months. Again, the food we eat, it's not just affecting the planet and my gut, it's affecting my mind. Jaisa an, vaisa man. We are what we eat is here. So let's experiment 3 months with a plant-based diet. You will see the vibrations of the mind change, you will see your gut feeling healthier, and you will know that you have contributed towards saving the resources of the planet. Can we pledge 3 months plant-based diet? See, we cannot sit here and say, they should do that, they should do that, they should do that, why are they not doing that, why are they not doing... We'll reach nowhere. We'll reach nowhere. Because it's not going to happen by they and they. It's going to happen by I. So 3 months plant-based diet? Otherwise, the next 3 days, whatever we're talking and learning, 3 months plant-based diet. So one is no anger zone, one is plant-based diet, and one is next time you go to buy something, don't check whether you can afford it. Just check whether planet can afford it and drop the idea of buying. Drop simplicity and the courage to be different even though people may not be agreeing with it. The way we are spending today, it's now got more into a comparison and competition, especially because we post the picture of it on social media. So even on a Diwali evening, which is a divine evening, we stand in our balcony and say, but how come they have more lights than in my own balcony? How come they have more diyas there than me? So the whole purpose of the festival just disappears from this to again becoming this. Simplicity, buying only what I need. I should have bigger cupboards and lesser clothes. I should, because I only need that much. We spend 5 minutes in the morning trying to figure out which one to choose out of all that is hanging there. What should I wear today? Simplicity. And we were just talking right now backstage. Our whole culture of gifting today. We're all buying very expensive gifts for each other, which is fine because they get used. But we're using very expensive packaging for it. It started with simple paper, and it's actually gone to huge boxes as packaging for a gift inside there, right? All of you experience that? Whether it is wedding gifts, whether it is the dry fruit which is coming in those big boxes. And how does it feel while opening it and then throwing all that in the dustbin? They are so beautiful that they look as if they are the gift, the packaging. It's spending money, but at the end of the day, you just have to open it and then you have to pick up all that and go and throw it in the dustbin. Shouldn't we say a no to all this? Shouldn't we be saying a no to this? Yes? So just give the gift as a gift. Just give the gift, because actually it's only the gift. The rest of it is all going to go in the dustbin. But I've consumed so much. And because I bought such an expensive packaging, then the other person starts doing it, and another person starts doing it, and another person starts doing it. And very soon the one who doesn't do it is like, how could you just give the gift without a packaging? So you're the abnormal one out. So the time has come to be the odd one out. So I need the power to be able to stand alone. And if someone says next time to you, how come no new dress this Diwali? Say, I'm taking care of the planet. How come only gift without packaging? I'm taking care of the planet. That's where it will reach to each one, and then starts a movement. Let's take 2 minutes of silence and bring your attention to the center of the forehead. It's the energy center where we create our every thought, feeling, and emotion. I, the being, the master of my mind, the master of my life. I create, I radiate. I am the creator of my emotional health. I am the creator of my physical health. I am the creator of my relationships. And I am the creator of the environment. I am a happy being, calm and stable always. People may not be my way. Situation may not be my way always. I am a happy being. I respond with calm and stability. They are behaving through their nature. I respond through my nature. My nature of respect and acceptance. Past is past. It's over. I release. I let go. I forgive. I forget. I am a happy being, contented. Everything I watch, read, listen, eat and drink, it's influencing me, it's influencing the planet. Everything I watch, read, listen, eat, drink is clean, it's pure, is healthy. Content is my emotional diet, and my emotional health creates environmental health. I consume only healthy content. I consume only healthy content. I consume a plant-based diet. I care for myself. I care for my body. I care for the world. My vibration of peace, power, and happiness is energizing the air, the water, the plants, the animals. It's energizing the planet. My thoughts create the world. My thoughts create the world. My thoughts create the world. I take care of my thoughts to take care of the world. I am contented, and so I live out of simplicity. I am contented, and so I live with self-respect, untouched by what others have to say. I think right, I eat right, I consume right, I live right. I am the creator of the world. My vibrations of purity and power raise the collective vibration of the planet. I'm shifting the vibration of the planet to a higher energy just by being calm and peaceful. Om Shanti. Beginning the day with a few minutes of meditation where we prepare the mind for how I'm going to be today. Ending the day with a few minutes of meditation again to forgive, to radiate gratitude, to seek forgiveness from those who I may not have been right with today during the day. And most important, 30-second pause before you eat or have your glass of water. Raise the vibration of what we are putting into our system. Energize your food and water just with a few thoughts. I'm powerful, I'm perfect, healthy, I'm calm and stable. Just energize your food and water. It all requires just 4 to 5 thoughts just before we start eating or drinking. It will change who we become, and that will change what the world will become. So I am the creator of my environmental health just through my emotional health. My nature creates the outer world nature. I am responsible. Om Shanti. Shukriya. Thank you.
Thank you, BK Sister Shivani, for gracing us with your profound wisdom and indeed turning this gathering into a sacred moment. Now I request Dr. Dhawan to felicitate Sister Shivani with a shawl.
Well, maybe we'll take a couple of questions from the audience.
Sure, we can do that. Any questions from the audience? Please, you can raise your hands.
Yeah, please introduce yourself and ask the question.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani. That was utterly amazing. And I want to ask a question which is not totally related to what you said. And that when you encounter death of a loved one, then one is just filled with negativity or pain. How to deal with that?
Again, we're shifting from attachment to love. Attachment says, how will I live without you? That is attachment. Yes, there's a vacuum in our life, and that vacuum will be forever. But spiritually, we understand that death means not the end of the body, but not the end of the person. The person is a soul energy. So energy leaves one costume, enters the womb of the mother. So now I am the family member here, and someone from my family has left their costume, entered the womb of the mother. My vibrational connect with them is very strong, and their catching power when they've left the body is extremely high. So in the womb of the mother, that soul can catch our every emotion, our every vibration. So my moral responsibility, out of love and care, is to send them lot of peace and power. So every day, meditate and send a message. We are perfectly fine. Don't worry about us. We tend to send the opposite. We say, how can I live without you? Come back. You see how it's an opposite of what we need to. And we might not be feeling it that moment, but just start saying it for them. And while you start saying that for them, you're the first person who will start healing. It's like your child goes to another country. You don't call them up and say, how could you go? You have to come back. You say, don't worry about me. I'll take care. You do well there. Exactly the same thing. At least if the member is in another country, they can hear you cry and they can come back. But the soul cannot come back. But it becomes very difficult in the womb of the mother. So all mothers here, just check how was your 9-month experience. And if you have 2 children, you can check twice what was your 9-month experience. It would have been different in both cases. Depends on the soul who's entered, what is their nature, and depends on the family they've left behind, what kind of vibrations they are sending. So don't think about your pain, think about healing them, and while you're healing them, you will get healed. You will get healed. We lose one family member, they lost everything. So their pain is way higher, way higher. So let's work on healing them, sending them that powerful energy. They're creating a new body, destiny is starting, new family, lots of love, lots of blessings, lots of gratitude. Not complaining, how could you go? Gratitude for every moment that you spend. So we shift from the left hand to the right hand. And when we are radiating that right hand emotions, they will get healed. Their new body will get created healthier. And while saying all that, we will get healed.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Such a wonderful conversation. And it's a dream comes true because growing up in an environment in which you was a daily routine in the morning. So, ma'am, my question about your talk is that the theme of the conference is World Sustainable Development Summit. But the ma'am, world is not equal, nor did our country. Our country is poor, that's the truth. And to getting it removed from the poverty trap, we need a consumption, and for which we need expenditures, and we need investments. So how the sustainable development idea, and as you said it out that we don't need less consumption and all those ideas, can work for the poor section of the society. Because unless the high and rich section of society will not spend on the poor section, they will rarely get out from the poverty. So how this idea can work it out?
When you start consuming less, you will start shifting to what we can do for the rest of the country and the world. So Seva Bhav, your ability to do for people will just go to another level altogether, because you will shift towards selflessness. Because here there's contentment, you will shift towards selflessness, and you will find a lot of other ways how you will be able to share what you have with the rest of the country and the world.
Thank you, ma'am.
Spoke about love, attachment, and all these emotions. I'm not sure whether attachment is a positive or a negative emotion. And sometimes attachment with your children is positive, but then attachment with your job, with the role, or kind of trying to accelerate your career could be different. So could you explain how could we choose that emotion as positive?
Two children born joined together physically are physically attached. How does life become? Sit together, stand together, go to school together, sleep together. Comfortable?
Yeah.
Physically attached, comfortable? No. So we go to the doctor and we get them separated.
Oh.
Similarly, emotional attachment. Angry together, hurt together, upset together, worried together. If you're attached to your children, and if they have an exam tomorrow, you get stressed. And you radiate your worry and stress to your child. And so instead of empowering the child one day before the exam, we deplete them by radiating power and by radiating worry and stress to them. But if you were detached, detached means your emotion doesn't create my emotion is my emotion. And I radiate the higher emotion to you so that I can empower you. It's like 4 of you walking on the road and there is a pit. One family member falls in. What do the other have to do?
Pick them up.
Pull them out. But attachment says, you've fallen, so I'm going to come and fall there with you. Love says, you've fallen, I'll remain stable and pull you out. So attachment is here. If your spouse gets angry, you will say, obviously I'll get hurt because I'm attached. If you're emotionally detached, he gets angry, you will say, I understand you're going through something. I am calm, I am stable, and I will radiate power to you. This.
Thank you.
So this is love. So love and attachment is opposite.
Last question.
Thank you so much, Sister Shivani, today. We are really blessed to have you here. My question is that I have been listening to your different sessions, hearing about the things that you have told today. But it's so difficult to sustain the things that we have told. I really try, but fail. I think many of us will have the same thoughts that we really try to follow the things that we have said. So how to sustain your thoughts and how to really follow, because lots of negativities comes in, a lot of angers. Also we understand that we should not be doing that. In fact, whenever I discuss with DG, we always talk that we should not get angry. So that is one. And second one is, as an institution, what would be your advice to keep our mental health in the right state so that we really are, keep our happiness at the highest level? Thank you so much.
To create a change, we need consistency. Anything done consistently will create a result. Like we take care of our physical health, and that physical health requires a daily diet, daily sleep, daily exercise. Anybody who's doing these 3 things right daily will experience physical fitness. Similarly, emotional fitness requires daily diet, daily good sleep, and daily exercise. The daily diet is what we are consuming in terms of content. So when we said when we were children, the world was different, it's because we as children didn't have the kind of content that is there today. Content is emotional diet. I'm sure you all must have seen in the last couple of weeks how much is going on about all these organizations who are in the business of social media handles and how they are impacting the mental health of the youth. So we are seeing it, we are understanding it, but we are not detaching from it. We are still consuming it. They themselves are saying it was designed to manipulate the mind. We're allowing our mind to get manipulated. So first thing is to restrict content consumption. Don't consume any content which has anger. You don't want to create anger? First disconnect from every content which has even a slightest trace of anger, aggression, violence, crime, fear. To stop consuming that. Because I have a lack of that in my system. So I have to stop consuming that. And instead of that, replace with at least 10 minutes before going to sleep and 10 minutes in the morning with the content of purity, peace, power. These 2 times are very crucial, just before going to sleep and just when we wake up. They are the 2 times when the news channels have the highest TRP. Late night, early morning is not the time to consume the world news. You want to know what's happening in the world? See it during the day. Late night, early morning goes deep into the subconscious. Why children are going through fear and anxiety? They study throughout the day. 10 o'clock they get into bed. They say it's my time. Just 15 minutes with the phone. And once they start that 15 minutes, it goes up to 1 hour, 2 hours, consuming violence, consuming crime, going to sleep with it. It all goes into the subconscious mind, resulting into panic attack, anxiety and fear. So those 2 times, if I energize myself with meditation and also consume content that is spiritual content, right diet, right exercise and deep sleep, disconnect from work at least 2 hours before you go to sleep. All this lifestyle has come all with all these toys of technology that we have. We use them, but we don't become addicted to them. So disconnect 2 hours before going to sleep. Keep 15 minutes for yourself. Slow down your mind. Experience deep sleep. And if you experience deep sleep, you will wake up between 4 and 5 a.m. on your own at the highest vibrational time, intuition highest. This is principles of self-care. Compassion will automatically come, but to be done daily. So at the Brahma Kumaris, we have centers. Every 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers in Delhi, Gurgaon, there will be a center. So we go there to the center daily, within a community. So anything done together and done at a place daily, consistency comes natural, and then result comes natural. So consistency.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm sure we can actually spend 3 days just discussing about it, but I'm so sorry to cut it short, because we have to move to the next session now. And thanks to everyone, and special thanks to Sister Shivani. And let's give her a big applause, standing ovation. Please stand up and...
Thank you everyone. Thank you Dr. Dhawan. Thank you Sister Shivani ji and everyone who has joined the session. We will begin the next session, Leadership Panel, Financing Climate Action and Sustainable Development, here at 11 a.m. So I request all delegates to please stay seated here. Thank you all once again.